Hello and welcome to my channel, Yoga Total Fitness. My name is Francois and today we will be doing a handstand preparation workout. If you can't handstand yet, today's workout is going to be perfect for you. Today we'll be doing all the exercises needed when you want to start to work on your handstand. All the exercises we're going to do today is going to focus on building strength and mobility in the muscles and joints needed to do a handstand. We're not going to actually do any handstand practice. This is just a preparation workout, so we're just working on strength, mobility and flexibility, core strength. So when the day comes when you want to start your handstand journey, half the work is done already. You don't need any previous handstand practice or experience for this workout. You can just dive straight into it. And this workout is perfect for yogis. It will help you with all your other arm balance poses like crane pose, crow pose, tripod headstand, any of those poses that uses the same muscles that you use in a handstand. This is perfect for you. Grab yourself some yoga blocks and we'll start with the workout. Okay, before we start, you should definitely do a good warm-up and wrist warm-up before you start. I'll link both in the description because the exercises we're going to do is going to be quite strenuous. So it's not a good idea to start without warming up first. Okay, our first exercise, you're going to get down on the mat, get down on all fours. You're going to come into a high plank position or push-up position. This exercise is called scapular push-ups. Your scapula is your shoulder blades. So what you're going to do, you're going to push into the floor, rounding your upper back and then sagging down all the way. Let your shoulder blades touch each other and push into the floor again, rounding your back, pulling your shoulder blades as far apart from each other as possible, and you're going to drop down, basically sagging down into a bad form push-up. Let your shoulder blades touch, come back up, rounding your upper back, pulling your shoulder blades as far apart as possible. So here we're going to go for reps. We're going to do as many as we can. So come into your high plank position. First, round your upper back, pulling the shoulder blades away from each other. Coming back down, let the shoulder blades touch. Keeping your navel pulled in. Your legs tight and engaged. This is quite a strenuous exercise, so even if you only do one at a time, it's fine. Do one, sit back, take a rest, do one, sit back, take a rest, do one, sit back, take a rest. It's going to have exactly the same, it's going to work your muscles exactly the same, and as you do this routine, you'll see every day you'll be able to do. Then you'll be able to do 2, then 3, then 4. I normally do about 5 in each set. Okay, so start in high plank position, legs engaged, core, or not even your core, your abdominal muscles pulled in, push into the floor, rounding your upper back, pulling your shoulder blades away from each other. Drop your chest down to the mat. Keeping your arms straight, letting your shoulder blades touch. Push into the floor to round your back. Okay, so that's our first exercise, is to work your shoulder blades, your scapula. Our second exercise is going to be a planche hold. You're going to come into the same position, into a high plank. And what you're going to do here is use your feet to lean forward as far as you can, all the way onto your tippy toes, pushing the floor away from you, keeping your navel pulled in and your legs engaged, and just hold there for as long as you can. Yeah, you'll work on your wrist extension because your wrist is in an extended position, and then also you'll have to hold there, so you're going to build strength in your wrist. So this exercise is basically for your wrists and for your upper shoulder and back muscles. So let's start again. Come into a high plank position, your legs engaged,
your abdominal muscles pulled in and tight. Push the floor away from you, rounding your back and using your feet to push you forward to bring your wrists into a flexed position, and then just hold there for as long as you can, only a couple of seconds, and come back down.
You can shake out your wrists. Like I say, the exercise we're going to do is quite difficult, but this is the kind of strength that you need to do handstand, unfortunately. But with baby steps, we'll get there. Okay, last one. Come into a high plank, legs engaged, abdominal muscles pulled in, push the floor away from you, rounding your back, using your feet to push you forward, bring your wrists into a flexed position. This is also an important aspect of handstand. You must use your fingers to grip the floor. This is how you balance in a handstand position. So you can use your fingers to grip the floor, kind of pulling back with your fingertips, pushing the bridge of your hand into the floor, kind of gripping the floor. This will also build some strength in your fingers and your hands. Okay, so lean forward. Okay, sit back down on your heels. Next, we're going to work on some core strength with Supermans. So lie down flat on your mat. Your toes untucked and pointing back. Hands stretched out in front of you. We're going to go for reps here. What you're going to do is engage your core, pull your abdominal muscles in, make your legs tight. Lift your legs off the floor, only touching the floor with your hips. Okay, so this is going to be your leg position, and the arm is going to be the same. You're going to lift them off the floor as high as you can. Come back down with your feet and your hands. That's one rep. So let's go for reps. Go. 1, come back down. 2, come back down. 3, down. Remember to keep all your muscles engaged, basically your whole body, all the way from your feet to your fingertips, and lift. Keep your neck in a neutral, comfortable position. We're just going to do as many as we can here. And come back down. Okay, so this exercise is working your lower back muscles that we need for that handstand. Okay, let's do one more set. Legs and arms stretch out in front of you and behind you. Engage all your muscles all the way from your feet to your hands. Make them tight. Pull your navel in. Inhale and lift for the first one. Lift. Don't hold your breath. Breathe in and out through your nose. Do as many as you can. Okay, next exercise we're going to do, everyone is familiar with. It's just your regular old plank. But let's just go through all the points, make sure we're doing it correctly. So what you do, come onto your forearms, make a fist. Your hands can kind of touch. Straighten your legs, tightening your glutes and your quads, pulling your navel in, rounding your upper back,
pushing the floor away from you and holding. We're now in a plank position, and here we're just going to go for time. Breathe normally in and out through your nose, focusing on keeping all the active body parts engaged, nice and tight, navel pulled in because that's where you're working. Don't let your belly sag. You want to use your abdominal muscles to keep you up, pushing into the mat, rounding your upper back. Okay.
So that's your basic plank. You need that for your abdominal strength. Okay, so the last floor exercise we're going to do is called shoulder taps. You're going to come into a high plank position, and then you're just going to alternate your hands, tapping the opposite shoulder. Okay, so come into your high plank position. Lean towards your right hand, finding your balance there. Tap your right shoulder with your left hand. Move your weight to your left hand, using your right hand to touch your left shoulder. So we're just going to do that. Lean over, tap the opposite shoulder. Same principles apply here. Pushing into the floor, rounding your upper back, keeping your legs and your glutes engaged, your navel pulled in. Here you're going to go for reps. You can move nice and slowly, making sure to find your balance before you lift that hand off the mat. Okay, so that's to build arm and shoulder strength. Okay, we're going to do one more important abdominal exercise that you need that you can use to work on your handstand. Most of you should know it. It's called a hollow hold. Lie flat on your mat, arms and legs stretched out in front of you, and all you're going to do is lift your feet off the floor, only touching the floor with your butt, pointing your toes, and then you're going to lift your upper body off the floor and just hold. We're going for time. Hold as long as you can. You can come back, take a quick rest, just 1 or 2 seconds, and lift. This is basically the opposite of a plank or even a Superman. You can do this for about 45 seconds. Okay, so next we're going to move into some wall work. We're not going to go into any balancing exercises. It's all just strength exercises. And here we're going to work on some body strength, but also teaching your body how to be in upside down position. Okay, so what you're going to do, start in front of your wall, placing your feet flat against the wall. Okay, so straighten your legs nicely. You want to place your hands basically where your legs are ending. This is going to be the position for your palm. Your palm is going to go there, right where your legs are ending. So this is your position. So if you turn around, mark that position. Luckily I got a nice line here. Okay, so from here you're going to push into the floor.
Placing some weight on your hands, lift your knees off the mat, start walking your way up the wall. Okay, now comes the tricky part. Now you've got to walk your legs down the wall, lean forward into your shoulders until you're in an L shape. Just walk down as far as you can, holding that position, and then come back down. As you build more strength and confidence, you will be able to come closer to that perfect L shape. Don't move your hands forward, rather walk your feet higher up. Otherwise you won't be able to get in that L shape eventually, because your hands are going to be too far away from the wall. Okay, so again, place some weight on your hands. Start walking your way up the wall. Once you find your balance, start walking your way down, placing your feet flat on the wall, keeping your balance, pushing into the floor, holding there, and come back down. Okay, so this exercise, it doesn't have to be perfect. We're just working on strength, teaching our bodies to be upside down, because for the first time you go upside down, it feels like your head is going to explode with all the blood rushing into your head. So we're going to start again. Bring some weight into your hands, pushing the floor away from you. Walk your way up the wall. Walk down until you come close to that L position. Hold there for as long as you can and come back down. You don't have to hold for long periods of time. Just 1 second or even half a second, even if you can't hold it. Just being in this position, you're already doing all the work. Our next exercise is going to be very, very similar to this one. Just call it wall walks. You can place your hands anywhere where you like, a little bit closer to the wall than the exercise we did now, but you'll find a good spot as you do the exercise and you feel more comfortable in this position. You can move your hands to where it suits you. Okay, so from here, place your hands on the mat, push into the mat, bringing some weight to your hands, and then we're going to walk our way back up the wall. Here we're going to use our hands to walk closer to the wall as much as you can. Hold for 1 second and then walk back out. Bringing your weight to your hands and come back down. Okay, so you see this is where I ended, so this is going to be my starting point. So from here, put weight in your hands, lift your legs, come back onto the wall. Moving from side to side, place your weight in your right hand, lift that left hand and walk. Walking with your hands and legs up the wall into a handstand position. Pushing the floor away from you, pushing your ears away from your shoulders. Hold for 1 second and walk forward. Man's got a little bit tired there. Take a quick breather. Just going to do one quick more. Let's start again in that original hand position. Bringing some weight to your hands. Making sure you've got a nice grip with the floor. Lift your legs. Start walking up the wall. Don't waste any time holding here. Come as close to the wall as you can. Hold for 1 second and walk back out. Okay, so that's called wall walks. Okay, so our last exercise is going to be a handstand. Surprise, surprise. How are we going to do this handstand? It's exactly the same as we did now.
all we're going to do is we're going to try and get into that handstand position as fast as possible, and then you're going to hold in that position for as long as you can, and then quickly come as fast as you can, come out of that position again. So we don't want to do the whole wall walk exercises again. So find whichever way you can to get up the wall as quick as possible, but still don't rush, you don't want to fall. Just going to come closer to the wall. Okay, bring your weight to your hands, bring your feet to the wall, and let's walk quickly into that handstand position. Come as close as you can to the wall, and hold. Giving the floor away from you, lifting your shoulders, keeping your core engaged, and coming out of that handstand again. Like I say, try and get in and out of that handstand as quick as possible. Okay, we're just going to do one more. Okay, hands on the floor. Put some weight on those hands. Lift your legs, bring them to the wall, and come into that handstand position as quick as possible, pushing the floor away from you. Just stay in that position for as long as you can. Not until you collapse. Make sure you leave enough energy left to come out of the position. Core engaged, legs engaged, and come out. Okay, so that can be your handstand preparation workout. So it doesn't have to be perfect. Just make sure you're safe while you're practicing. Make sure you do a good warm up for your wrists and for your body, especially upper body, shoulders and arms. And then doing this workout on a regular basis, it will build enough strength and mobility in your shoulders and your wrists for when the day comes when you want to start working on that handstand. Most of the work will be done already, then you can just work on your balance. I hope you enjoyed it and see you next time.